Watching the Daily Sip at 3:30. I'm Walt Grayson. This is a special Your Hometown edition driven by Hallmark Hyundai. We're in Madison, specifically in Strawberry Park at Madison. One of the features of the park is what's right behind me right here, and that is the Strawberry Patch Chapel. This has got to be one of the smallest chapels in Mississippi. I think there's one in Percy Quinn Park that may be smaller. But anyway, if you're looking for a little chapel, this is one right here. It's a quaint little thing right up here in the park. Speaking of little villages and little houses and little chapels and things like that, that reminds me, one of my favorite Christmas decorations is in Madison right now. This is the holidays, after all. It's always around the caboose, downtown Madison. It's the Alvis Christmas Village. It's been around for over 50 years now. It grew building by building, year by year, starting with the church. And then for years, every Christmas season, the ever-expanding village was set out in the front yard of Lester and Minnie Alvis's home on Berkeley Drive in North Jackson. Bill Alvis, their son, remembers it well.
I was 8 years old when this village was first started, and so my remembrance of Christmas is always around the Christmas village.
Well, for that matter, so many of us who've been around the Jackson area for some time have memories of visiting the Christmas village, either at the Alvis's house or later at the Ag Museum, or now at the caboose in Madison. Amy Cummins of Madison thinks that the village has established itself as a tradition in Madison now.
Where everybody would get out and walk around and look. There's so much detail to each little house and each little church.
The village depicts a Christmas Eve in a small town, and there are several buildings and stores, but the only one with people inside is the church, and the only people outside are headed to the church. The craftsmanship on the buildings is amazing. Bill says they're all built to blueprints drawn up by a neighbor of theirs in Jackson, and his dad built them. Now, they're impressive in the daylight, but at night, they're really festive.
My dad probably spent a month to 2 months on each new building, so he would, work on it as he had time in his shop.
This is a lot of work. Why did your dad do this?
I think he did it as a gift to the community to celebrate the Lord's gift of Jesus to us.
And 50 years later, the Alvis Christmas Village is still giving. It's another Mississippi Christmas tradition, and it's at the Madison caboose, telling us another holiday season is upon us. Well, that's all the time we have for this edition of Your Hometown Madison, driven by Hallmark Hyundai.